Come on in, guys. Let's get it. Let's have some fun. Yes, sir. Put something in the chat. I'll shout you out. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Hit that like button on your way in. Let's talk about it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. This is a sickness of the highest order. Come on, guys. Let me play some background music here for you guys, man. Let's play something smoky. Yeah, buddy. So how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Today is Sunday, a nice, cool Sunday. But there is a lot of salt to be harvested. A lot of salt to be harvested. I mean, I could have seen all these ponies in my videos today. They were very angry. They were angry at me, man. I couldn't have it any other way, man. It's nothing better to wake up to a good, fresh dose of Sony pony salt, man. How you guys doing? Let me shout out to my brother there, Yataza. What up, man? We have Skit Slayer. What up? Backstrap Otaku News. How you doing, my brother? It's been a while. Big B Money. What up? Right now we on top, Big B. We on top right now, man. Professor Strong. Professor Strong. What up? That's the only professor we need, man. Shout out to Yataza, member for 5 months. And Yataza says, everyone hit that like button and subscribe. I have to concur, my brother. I have to concur. Hit that like button, subscribe if it's the first time you're here, and let's have some fun, man. Let's have some fun. Let me say shout out to Rodney Revenge. Rodney Revenge, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, my brother? Today we have a lot of news, a lot of things to go over today. I mean, Sony has been a bit naughty, and we have to discipline not only Sony but discipline the ponies, man. Shout out to Yataza again for subscribing again, man. Thank you for that. But let me begin by saying that there's a lot to talk about, right? For one, I would have done up a nice little news here for us. Look at this here, right? So first up, we must start off with Who Else 22. Pastor, what's up? Misinformation and spreading. No misinformation here, man. I bring receipts. I always bring receipts, man, and I come with things logical. So let's look at this. Let me load down the volume here from the background music. And I want you guys to listen to this, because this week, the Xbox community was on fire. This week, I mean, who could deny the power of Game Pass this week? Because this week, we would have received some bangers on Game Pass. Not only did we receive a remake dropping the same day on Game Pass as it was announced, but we also got this banger. Notice what IGN said here about Expedition 33. Listen to what they said. They gave this game a 9 out of 10. Wow, look at this.
Every year, a godlike being counts down by marking a number on a tower in the distance, and if that's how old you are, you die. That's the grim setup to Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and if you're looking for a fantastic RPG with a strong story, and also isn't 80 hours long, this is it, and it's amazing.
Let me just say Expedition 33 has, I believe, a 92 on Metacritic, and it is really shutting down what Square Enix says about turn-based RPG. This game is a turn-based RPG, and it's a breath of fresh air for most JRPG players. Everyone is liking this game. Everyone is already saying this game should be Game of the Year. Listen.
It's inspired by the best of traditional JRPGs, and Clair Obscur folds in timed inputs with its turn-based combat, allowing you to maximize damage and dodge or parry incoming attacks if you can learn your enemy's attack patterns. I've played these kinds of RPGs my entire life, so I'm confident when I say Clair Obscur has one of my favorite turn-based combat systems ever. With an A-list cast of actors including Charlie Cox, Andy Serkis, and more.
A-list class of actors voicing the characters. Now, one of the arguments this week that the PlayStation community was saying is that Xbox should not take any sort of victory for this game being successful. Let me just say shout out to Be Nice. Be Nice. What up, my brother? Yes, the PlayStation community was saying Xbox fans, Microsoft should not take any credit for Expedition 33. That was the argument this week. But let me be honest. If this game was not showcased on Game Pass, if this game was not assisted by Microsoft when it comes to marketing and so forth, let's be honest, most of us might have never known about this game. And the mere fact that this game is on Game Pass, the mere fact that you could just go and download this game and try it out, really made this game a big game this week. This game right now is leading the pack. Let's be honest. Let me say shout out to Metroplex Gaming. What up? What up, Metroplex? Hit that like button. So, let's continue.
Dialogue and scenes play out like natural, real-life conversations where small gestures, subtle expressions, and the cadence of line deliveries are qualities that ground its story in some...
Guys, remember that this game was made by only 30 developers. They are, I don't know if this is their first game. I believe this is their first game, but they are doing phenomenal with this game.
Something that feels as real as it is fantastical. There's a constant melancholy embedded in the story, and it gets a little messy at times, but there's an earnestness to how it frames mortality, grief, and the small moments of joy we find. I was able to roll credits in about 35 hours with no filler in the main story and a decent...
So this game is about 35 hours. Very good timing. For a game not too long, not too short.
Chunk of side content. In a world of super long RPGs, it's a nice change of pace. And in an embarrassment of...
What up, Roland, my brother? What up?
Riches, there's almost too much good music, and that certain tracks didn't even get enough time to stick in my head. But at every turn are amazing songs that either hype you up for battle or set a wistful mood. Wearing its inspirations on its sleeve, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 paints itself into the pantheon of great RPGs. Will you be picking it up? Let us know.
Yes, a lot of persons picked up this game because this game sold 1 million copies in just a couple of days. Wow. Another game that was backed by Microsoft and Game Pass, another success story. Not only does it has a lot of people playing the game, there's a lot of persons saying that this game is too good not to purchase. So that is why we are seeing this game is at 1 million copies currently. I mean, wow. How much did Concord sell again? Could anybody remember how much Concord sell? It's magnificent. Look at these Steam numbers here, man. Look at these Steam numbers. So on Steam, they hit an all-time peak of 120,000 players this weekend, which is crazy. Why it is crazy is because Oblivion was also competing with this game. So not only did Oblivion had crazy numbers, but this game also had crazy numbers. So, guys, are you playing Expedition 33? Did you buy it? Are you playing it on Game Pass? Well, I mean, if you are not playing it on Game Pass, I mean, something is wrong, man. Something is wrong. But yes, the mere fact that Xbox gamers are playing this game on Game Pass and the other gamers are paying for it is just beautiful, right? Now, another big game that hit Game Pass this week was Bethesda's studio game. Now, this game was made by Virtuous, and this game here, which is Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, is just breathtaking. Let me say shout out to Dante. Dante, what up, man? Welcome. Young Rex, what up? This is a sickness. Yes, Young Rex, it is. So we are talking about how Oblivion was dropped onto Game Pass, was dropped onto Steam and on PlayStation, and it is doing phenomenal. Currently, they are saying that this game has over 4 million players. Crazy. And you know, Bethesda is calling this game remastered, but we know this is a remake. We know it's remade from the ground up. Craziness. Now, not only did Bethesda Studio game sell 4 million, but it shattered records on Steam, because it's been reported that this game has 200 or peaked at 205,000. I mean, where are the guys who were saying that Game Pass only has shovelware, that Game Pass only has AA game? Where are those guys? I mean, look at the quality of games we are getting in Game Pass. If it is you are not getting value for your money in Game Pass this year, you have to be dead. You can't be alive. You have to be a living dead, because it's very clear that these games are destroying right now the gaming
Xbox
industry,
Game Pass.
right? It is crazy. So Oblivion has 4 million players. It has over 200,000 on Steam. Then we have Expedition 33. That is doing numbers as well. So all the games so far this week was doing good. So we on Xbox on this side, we are gaming on this side. What are these ponies doing? Well, we'll soon see. Look at this here. Now, Game Pass was so much on fire this week that Game Rant made this article. Listen to what Game Rant is saying here.
Is absolutely on fire right now. Absolutely massive month for the ultimate tier of Xbox Game Pass, thanks to some fantastic new additions. A slew of new games have been added to Xbox Game Pass throughout April, ensuring subscribers have plenty of games to play across a variety of genres. The brand new additions to Xbox Game Pass are typically the most exciting updates in any given month.
Now, were you guys expecting this week or this month to be so much fire for Game Pass? I mean, did you subscribe to Game Pass this month? Let me know in the comments.
But April 2025 has included an older game that drummed up a great deal of fanfare. Earlier in April, Grand Theft Auto V made its return to Xbox Game Pass, giving fans the chance to play through the critically acclaimed open-world crime game ahead of the launch of its successor, Grand Theft Auto 6. But Grand Theft...
No, it's amazing that Grand Theft Auto came to Game Pass. But as you all know, if you all saw the video today, Grand Theft Auto left PlayStation Plus, or is leaving PlayStation Plus soon. So you are paying more money on PlayStation Plus compared to how the price used to be. And you are getting less games. You're getting less bangers like GTA 5. You're getting less games, and you will see, as you heard, currently Sony is planning to take away first-party games from their service, PlayStation Plus. Isn't that crazy, guys? I could honestly say that Sony taking away their first-party games on PlayStation Plus.
This is a sickness. It is deviant, therefore we don't want it.
This is crazy. Sony taking away their first-party games from, their service is nuts.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the big new additions to Xbox Game Pass. With this week, especially making sure subscribers...
Yeah, Young Rex, Resistance, and Infamous is leaving PlayStation Plus.
...get their money's worth. Oblivion Remastered Shadow dropped on Xbox Game Pass this week, giving subscribers the chance to relive the Bethesda classic with significantly improved graphics and gameplay upgrades.
Yeah.
Oblivion Remastered has been an instant hit, but it's not the only reason for Game Pass subscribers to be excited. On April 24th, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 is coming to Xbox Game Pass, with the turn-based RPG currently standing tall as the highest-rated new game release of the year, with an impressive 92 overall rating.
Wow.
Big new additions to Xbox Game Pass.
Wow.
Blueprints, Claire Obscure.
Sony could... Let me just stop this thing here and said Sony could never give you this value for your money. Tell me one point in time in history Sony gave you value for your money. Are there any ponies in the chat? Tell me a time period when Sony could have given you this amount of value for your money. Look at these games coming to Game Pass. Blueprints, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Grand Theft Auto 5, The Elder Scroll Oblivion Remastered. When could Sony give you this type of value? Never.
Expedition 33, Grand Theft Auto 5, The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion Remastered. If all that weren't enough, Blueprints was added to Xbox Game Pass earlier in the month as well.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, Blueprints is a critically acclaimed puzzle game that, at one point in time...
I remember when these ponies were hyping up Blueprints because it was, I believe, exclusive for a point in PlayStation Plus. But now it's hitting Game Pass. Very easily.
Also earned the title of highest rated new game release of 2025. Xbox Game Pass
Let me say shout out to Richie. What up?
Ultimate, securing these incredible games day one is huge for the service and ensures that subscribers are getting bang for their buck, to say the least. Luckily, the Xbox Game Pass hot streak is showing no signs of showing down anytime soon. Doom,
wow.
The Dark Ages is coming to...
So to imagine this, guys. Imagine this, right? So we know what Game Pass delivered so far for the year. We had games like Avowed. We have games like South of Midnight. We have games like Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. And we just got Oblivion. We just got Expedition 33. This is actual games. Big games dropping on Game Pass. Now, one would say that here what? All these games dropping on Game Pass, Microsoft enough. You are killing us with too many games. But Microsoft is not stopping. Microsoft is not stopping. Microsoft is saying, here what I don't want you guys to breathe. I don't want you guys to sleep. You guys are done playing Expedition. You guys are done playing Oblivion. Look, whole Doom, the Dark Slayer. That is what Xbox is doing. They're saying what? You feel your time is yours? Your time is not yours. After Expedition, after Oblivion, hold on. This is what Microsoft is saying. Banger after banger after banger. Could somebody say something? Are there any ponies in the chat? What are you saying now?
The Game Pass on May 15th, alongside a variety of other games that month. And Xbox's big showcase on June 8th.
And tell me, what is Sony doing right now? What are these ponies doing? They are paying for...
Thank you. You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
You're making it pay for everything,
You're making us pay for grapes!
Grapes.
Apples!
Apples.
Things that God gave us for free!
He didn't give it you for free. You have to pay.
Bullshit. You will burn in hell when I'm through with you. You will not be allowed in my father's house at all.
At all.
You're
8th is sure to have many more exciting announcements for the
Crazy.
subscription service. By the time it's all said and done, 2025 could very well turn out to be the biggest year for Xbox Game Pass to date.
Yeah, I have to admit, this year, Microsoft Game Pass is killing it. I'm trying to remember. Now, last year was big as well, right? Indiana Jones and, Hellblade 2 and so forth. But this year, Microsoft is not playing with these games coming to Game Pass. Now we can see very clear that what Microsoft is doing. At the end of the day, we are getting value. Let me say shout out to Mikey the Knight. What up, my brother? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed as yet.
And it will be very exciting to see what the months ahead have in store. The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion Remastered.
Right. So it's very clear that Microsoft is cooking. Microsoft is not only giving us value for our money, but this seems to be criminal persons are wondering, why is Microsoft so generous with their games? I mean, persons are saying, how is this even sustainable? Getting all these games for a low price of $20 a month. As someone would have put in my chat today, that is working out to 65 cents a day or something like that. For 65 cents a day, you too could play Oblivion Remastered. Isn't that something? Now, let's shift gears a bit, guys. Let's shift gears a bit. Because we have a little issue here with Sony. Right? We have a little issue with Sony. As you can see on your screen now, you are seeing the name of a game. The name of that game is Until Dawn. You see, Until Dawn was remade. This game was somewhat of an exclusive to the PlayStation platform. And let's just say that Until Dawn, the remade, it flopped. It flopped harder than Concord, according to this article. It did so bad. Guys, you all saw the player count of Metro on Steam. This is a player count that can make you want to drink 3 bottles of Hennessy, 1 bottle of gin, and 10 bottles of Johnny Walker. Look at this player count. 2,607. This was the launch week of Until Dawn, the launch week. Only 2,000 persons was playing this game when it launched. Now, this is unfortunate for the devs, but they bet on the wrong horse. They decided to go with Sony, and this is what happened, right? This is what happened. Now, it just so happened that Sony is giving their players the best value on PlayStation Plus. Yes, Sony is saying, okay, Microsoft, I see you have Expedition 33 on Game Pass. I see you have Oblivion on Game Pass. And guess what? It's being rumored that PlayStation is going to drop this banger on PlayStation Plus. Yes. This game that failed, guys. This game failed harder than Concord. And Sony is saying, you know what? We are going to drop this on our PlayStation Essential service. Listen to the rumor here. Listen to this rumor and tell me.
Until Dawn Remake may be coming to PS Plus Essential. The Until Dawn Remake could be added to PlayStation Plus Essential in May 2025, according to a new PlayStation Store listing. PlayStation Plus subscribers speculate that the game's edition could be related to a potential sequel.
Let me say shout out to Crispy Rambo. What a name, man. What a name. Crispy Rambo. Woo, buddy. Silver Fox. What up, man? Centurion for God. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but shout out to you, man.
or movie cross promotion. The May 2025 PlayStation Plus free games lineup will be available on May 1st at the earliest. The Until Dawn remake is apparently heading to the essential tier of PlayStation Plus.
You guys heard that? Microsoft is dropping banger after banger. Delmas 8712. What up, my brother? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. What up? To believe Microsoft is dropping banger after banger, and Sony is saying, you know what? Hold my giblets. I am going to drop Until Dawn on my service. A game that failed. A game that failed harder than Concord. This is what these ponies are paying for. These ponies are paying Sony every month to drop Until Dawn, a failure of a game, onto their service. Make it make sense.
According to a recently discovered listing in the PlayStation Store, Until Dawn may be one of 3 or more free games as part of the May 2025 lineup of PlayStation Plus monthly titles,
It's best you throw the
which are
stick in the
expected to be
garbage.
available during the first week of May. Sony refreshes its catalog of free games for PlayStation Plus Essential, Extra, and Premium subscribers on a monthly basis. The PS Plus Premium tier grants access to classic PS1, PS2,
Wow.
and PSP games, alongside cloud streaming for PS3 and PS5
This
games.
is crazy.
Extra and Premium tiers also have access to the ever-evolving PlayStation
This is
Plus
crazy.
game catalog, which adds and removes games every month. Gamers can keep these games in their libraries as long as they continue to
Like Soldier
subscribe
Boy,
to their
who?
tier of PlayStation Plus.
Now, guys, Until Dawn is a game that they try to make good, but it just so it did not resonate with fans, right? Now, I'm feeling a bit sorry here for this particular story I'm going to bring to you guys, because, I mean, although Until Dawn is a game that gamers just don't want to play, I do feel for the creators. I do feel for the devs behind it. But you guys need to run from Sony and go to some good devs. Go to a good company like Microsoft, you know, try out Steam, try out Nintendo, but just run from Sony. So here, this is a story that is breaking, guys. I saw this from J-Rock on Twitter, right? Now, look at this story, guys, and tell me if this is fair. Now, this is why I don't rock with Sony. This is why Sony has to be a real bad company. Look at this. Let me read this here for you. So this here is Kim Makishkil, right? Hear what she said. She said, as a former Sony Interactive Entertainment and PlayStation narrative director who was firmly told that the IP I personally created would never be credited to me as I was salaried, no royalties, no control, no ownership, no acknowledgement, I am struggling with the difference between Neil Druckmann's favor and that of others in your company. So this here is Kim, right? Kim is the creator, according to her, of Until Dawn, right? She came up with the whole concept of Until Dawn. Now, what Kim is saying here in this the first paragraph is that here what? Sony told Kim that her product, which is Until Dawn, will never be credited. So it wouldn't get no big accolades and so forth. And because of that, she don't get any royalties from the game. She don't get any royalties or control or ownership of the said title. Sony has done this to this lady here, Kim, right? Remember, she's the creator, according to her, and the developer, the narrative developer of Until Dawn. Now, putting the game quality aside, this is what Kim is saying here. Kim is saying that Sony is showing favor to Neil Druckmann, right? Sony is showing favor to Neil Druckmann. We know Neil right now is getting into his movie making phase. He's hardly making games now. He's more focused on the movies. He loves the series. We know he have is it Netflix or Prime series, The Last of Us, and we know that is doing well for him. But yes, the company Sony is not focusing on these no-name developers, as it were, but they are more focusing on Neil Druckmann. Notice what she said here. She went on to say, I've just left Until Dawn, where the film director, writers, etc. were all credited, but instead of you mentioning the leading game devs who created this iconic game you're clearly proud of, you just wrapped it as based on the Sony game. So what she's saying is that here what? Apparently they are coming out with a series for this game or a movie, and everybody else is getting credited for this product, but the game developer who created the game is not being credited. Isn't that sad, guys? This is what Sony does. This is what Sony is doing. Better than that, Sony, you should be ashamed that after your dev would have sweat and basically worked hard for this game, this is what you do, this lady. It's sad. It's very sad. They spent years breaking their brains to make something incredible, and the world deserves to know their names. Instead, no credit, no thanks, no honor. So this is what this tweet is saying here. This lady is basically exposing Sony, exposing some of the things that they are doing because they are not crediting her and her team for what they would have done with Until Dawn. It's not a very good game that people want, but you still need to be known. So let's continue. I mean, it's very, very sad, but this is what happens. Let me just say shout out to Anonymous Boss. Let me say, I think I saw President, the best president out there, President Jim Ryan is in the house. Let me say shout out, who again is here? RC Alien Squad, what up? Who again is here? Well, I said shout out to Anonymous Boss already. Yeah, man, hit the like button, guys. So yeah, this is what happens here, all right? So, I mean, it's sad. It's very, very sad what is happening with this lady, but this is what she gets for playing
an Xbox. Well, selling faster
with the fleas,
indie,
which is Sony. Now, one of the big arguments this week was Indiana Jones is selling more on the PlayStation 5 compared to the Xbox Series console and compared to Steam. What do you guys think about that? This is what they said here. They are saying that Indiana Jones is doing way better when it comes to selling the units on the PlayStation 5. Listen to this article here by Eurogamer.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle selling faster on PS5 than Steam and Xbox. Compared to Steam, Machine Games' first-party game is selling 28% faster on PS5. News by...
Wow! 28% more on PlayStation 5 this game is selling. Isn't that crazy? But don't worry, I have something to say about this.
Vicky Blake, contributor, published on April 27th. 2025, 31 comments. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is selling faster on PS5 than it did on Steam and Xbox.
Wow.
With over 100,000 copies sold since its launch last week. That's according to Alinea analyst Reese Elliott.
Now, riddle me this, guys. Riddle me this. How many options does the... Let me say shout out to Yataza once again with the $2 euro. What up? Thank you, my man, Yataza. Yataza is saying, remember, Sony fires devs, keep scores down. You're correct. That is what Sony does. But let me just say this, guys. When it comes to Indiana Jones, how many options does PlayStation fans have to play this game? Do they have 2 options? Do they have 3 options? How, other than paying for this game, how else could PlayStation fans play this game? don't forget that on the PlayStation side, they are dry. They have no good first-party games right now. Nothing that is making the streets talk. On top of that, they are just thirsty for all Xbox games. The same games that they said that are not good, they are buying it out in droves. But if it is, Sony has only one way to play this game, which is to pay full price. Steam has two ways they can play this game, via PC Game Pass, and they could buy it, or they could buy it on Steam. Xbox players has two ways they can play this game, either on Game Pass or they can buy it full price. Now, it is obvious, it is not rocket science here, Eurogamer, that if Microsoft players have two ways to play this game on Game Pass and pay for it, obviously that would cut into the sales. I mean, that is not rocket science. The majority of Xbox players would rather play this on Game Pass. It's there on Game Pass. Why even pay for it? Sony guys only have one option. That is to pay. So if 100% of the people playing this game on Game Pass has to pay, then what you expect? I mean, come on.
Thank you.
You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
Yes, you pay for everything, Tony.
You're making us pay for grapes,
everything.
apples,
Everything.
things that God gave us for free.
Come on.
Ha! You will burn in hell when I'm through with you.
Everything.
You will not be allowed in my Father's house
Oh, yes.
at all.
So, I mean, this of
Yeah.
course is a clickbait article, right? It is not rocket science. You give gamers options, they will choose different options to play this game. You give a certain platform and certain gamers only one way to play the game, and guess what? They would have to pay in order to play. Isn't that simple enough for you guys to understand?
Thanks. VGC, who quite rightly adds the caveat that the overwhelming majority of Xbox players came in via Game Pass and therefore didn't need to buy the game if they were members of Xbox's subscription service.
Yes. So you heard it right here. An overwhelming amount of players came in on Xbox Game Pass. I believe prior to this game selling over 100,000 on PlayStation, this game had 5 million players prior to that. So 5 million players was playing Indiana Jones long before it came to PlayStation. Am I missing something?
That said, it's thought that in less than a week, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has sold 28% faster on PS5 than PC. Shifting.
No, I love it. I honestly love it. I want Sony fans to keep paying, for these games. Because think about it, guys. Currently, Microsoft is basically trying to corner the market. Because not only does Microsoft has the MAUs, the monthly active users, right? So they are getting both monthly active users from PlayStation and Xbox and PC, right? But they are also seeing about the money aspect. There are people who are contributing to the MAUs, which is the Xbox gamers. There are persons contributing to paying for the game, which is PlayStation gamers. So Microsoft is covering every factor when it comes to making sure these games succeed for the company, succeed for the devs. And of course, those on the Xbox platform is coming out the best out of everyone. Because once you belong to the Xbox platform, you have Game Pass Ultimate, you are getting all of these games that we are seeing persons craving on Game Pass day one. So Microsoft persons don't understand. This is an excellent business move. They are covering MAUs, they are covering the money aspect, and also they are covering, satisfying their customers with good games. Every aspect of the gaming industry, Microsoft is covering.
117.2K copies on PS5, compared with Steam's 91.2K in the same time frame. Alinea posits the Great Circle has been played by around 5 million players on Xbox.
Now, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't been here, haven't subscribed us yet, and you can throw something in the chat. Support your boy.
The PS5 edition gets a handful of new features over Xbox, including DualSense compatibility, which gives you a visual indicator if enemies are on the lookout for an enemy. Performance-wise, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle benefits from frictionless loading, as well as selective...
I mean, come on. On the Xbox Series X, Indiana Jones loads very quickly. Let me say that. It loads very quickly. So I don't think that is a feature that is exclusive to PlayStation 5. Come on.
Installation that prioritizes...
Let me say, shout out to Why So Serious. Shout out for dropping that $2 dono. So Why So Serious is saying, Army Xbox Game Pass is king. Soldier Boy, who? Thanks, man. Thanks for that super chat, yeah, man.
Your system language. And SSD optimization, ensuring a seamless experience with faster streaming and loading. The game also included a PS5 Pro enhanced label on its release.
Oh, is that so? PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced has to be the biggest scam I have ever seen. These guys are taking this PlayStation 5 Enhanced label and, you know, they are thinking that means something. Show me one PlayStation 5 game that is enhanced and show me a significant difference from the PlayStation 5 version and also the Xbox Series X version. This has to be the biggest gimmick that these ponies are falling for. Every game now, they are saying PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced, like if that's supposed to mean something. I am not seeing no noticeable difference when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced games. What's going on here? And a matter of fact, as I said in the last live stream we had, seeing that PlayStation 5 Pro is a newer console, seeing that these guys said that this console is more powerful than PCs, then there is no way a 5-year-old console should be outperforming the PlayStation 5 in any scenario. There should not be any scenario where the Xbox Series X could outperform the PlayStation 5 Pro, whether it be with Indiana Jones, whether it be with any game. I'm sure we could agree with that, correct?
Which gives users higher and more consistent frame rates when playing.
With all that being said, there is one repeatable drop during an in-engine scene later in the crypts of the Vatican. This is a rare outlier case, really, given that everything else runs so well, but it does underline a Series X advantage. As Indiana studies this parchment...
A Series X advantage. A Series X advantage. Why so serious? You have the entire chat laughing, man. So we are seeing here that the PlayStation 5 Pro is being outperformed by the Xbox Series X. This should never happen. Never.
A vehicle comes crashing through the ceiling, causing a burst of alpha and...
Let me say shout out to Yataza again with the $5 dono. I mean, Yataza and Why So Serious is the stream sponsor for the night. Yataza is saying, a pony don't know math. Game Pass makes nearly 400 million monthly. That's 3 to 4 billion per year. Phil Spencer pays the devs with different deals to put it on Game Pass. And this is what I've tried to tell these guys. Guys, show Yataza some love in the chat. Type Yataza. Yataza, thank you very much for that dono. But it just goes to show that, again, these guys are looking for a win with everything.
Particle effects to fill the frame. In this moment, Series X has the GPU headroom to get closest to 60 frames per second, with the expected hitches on every camera cut.
Look at this. The Xbox Series X is
5, by comparison,
PlayStation
takes
5.
a more
Why is
drastic
this?
hit down to the 40s. Again, this is a rare moment,
Why is the
but
Xbox
I figured
Series
it
X
worth highlighting
outperforming?
to show another
Crazy.
potential advantage
Crazy.
of Series X's hardware VRS. Indiana Jones and the
Guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is why I say that Sony is fooling these guys. These guys are being fooled by Sony when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced games that supposedly running better on PlayStation 5. I mean, where is the noticeable difference? And guess what, guys? It's not only me seeing it. Look at this video here, because just before I started the stream, I saw this video here from Digital Foundry. Look at this. One user saw this about Indiana Jones on Digital Foundry. Look at this here. Listen to the question this person asked.
Happy half fortnight. Am I the only one that thinks the Indiana Jones PS5 Pro patch is an incredible waste of horsepower?
So this viewer here from Digital Foundry said, happy half fortnight. Am I the only one that thinks that Indiana Jones PS5 Pro patch is an incredible waste of horsepower? So they are not even seeing a noticeable difference with with Indiana Jones on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Notice what he said here.
They seem to have wasted all of the spare resources on resolution, with barely any effort put into adding RT features, as titles like AC Shadows have demonstrated
Look at this here.
beautifully. Alex, you've looked at Indiana Jones on PC. You kind of know what the scope of the PlayStation 5 Professional is. What do you make of this?
Well, I mean, the features that they have in the game on PC that you can scale up above the console version over the base RT implementation have a lot of
where is the difference?
That make them prohibitively expensive and for a lot of GPUs, where I would say for like a mid-range PS5 level GPU, I would not recommend turning on any of those extra features at all. But as soon as you got to Ampere level, higher level GPUs, you should really actually consider turning them on, because they greatly benefit the visual quality in the game. I mean, just to give you a sense of it, like the initial level in that game, they're using this like probe-based final gather RTGI technique, and it does give contact shadows for stuff, but it is limited. And on the entire first level, if you were to use any of the features that otherwise come on PC, you would have to have the entire BVH there filled with massive amounts of moving semi-transparent geometry from all the foliage. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think a PS5 Pro could run that really well, based upon what we saw now. Like
what? What
that.
did he just say there, guys? Just let's rewind that. Let me hear what this guy said here. Listen carefully to what he said concerning the PlayStation 5 Pro running, Indiana Jones on high settings. Listen to what he said.
Based upon what we saw in Alan Wake 2, that utilized a very stripped back version of what we kind of saw in the PC version for stuff like reflections. And those are the type of options that we have here. At least I think it wouldn't live up to the visual quality and the standards that these developers have. Machine Games just runs their game at 60 FPS, even on Series S. And I think it would probably compromise the ability to run the game at 60 FPS, at least at the most. And I think that's why they probably wouldn't integrate any of those. It wouldn't live up to the visual quality, very stripped back version of what we kind of saw in the PC version for stuff like reflections. And those are the type of options that we have here. At least I think it wouldn't live up to the visual quality and the standards that these.
I heard him say it.
And semi-transparent.
He said that he don't think the PlayStation 5 Pro could run it.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think a PS5 Pro could
Look
run
at
that
there.
really well.
It can't run it. So these guys paid $800 for a console that can't even run Indiana Jones on a high settings. Look, Digital Foundry, they love to quote DF Look, he is saying that the PlayStation 5 Pro can't even run Indiana Jones with high settings. Look, listen.
On what we saw in Alan Wake 2, that utilized a very stripped back version of what we kind of saw in the PC version for stuff like Reflections. And those are the type of options that we have here. At least I think it wouldn't live up to the visual quality and the standards that these developers have. Machine Games just runs their game at 60 FPS, even on Series S. And I think it would probably compromise the ability to run the game at 60 FPS at least, at the most. And I think that's why they probably wouldn't integrate any of those already ready-made features that exist in the PC version. That doesn't mean that they couldn't make up something special that would run on the PS5 Pro, but that would be a lot of extra work instead of porting already made work. So I don't know if they would do that for a console with like a small install base, etc. So I think what Remedy did was actually probably one of the more rare examples where they didn't just port what they had on PC. They did a lot of custom work to get it working in the first place, and they had that really large blog on their website about it.
I mean, it's just sad.
So I just think I would like to see more, of course, but I don't know exactly
what
they
would
would
see
do.
More?
Maybe
you get
120
nothing.
Hertz would be
You
pretty cool,
lose.
actually. I think
Good
that would
day,
be
sir.
in the realm of possibility for a couple sections of the game, especially like a VRR mode would be cool.
I mean,
I
this
think
is
the problem
sad.
there, Alex, may be that the cutscenes are limited to 60. Certainly seems to
Yeah,
be my
sucks.
experience on PC, where I had this massive multi-frame gen extravaganza.
So I mean, they already said it. They said that the PlayStation 5 Pro cannot run Indiana Jones with all the high settings, and this is something that PC would have been doing easily. I mean, this game was made for the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series X, being a 5-year-old console, is running Indiana Jones wonderfully. Before we leave, guys, let me just say, let's read some of your comments today on the video. I know some of you would have commented on the video today. Let me read some of your comments. Right? Look at some of your comments. So this video today was about how the PlayStation 5, or how PlayStation is basically some first-party games are leaving PlayStation 5 Pro, and this also dealt with Game Pass, how Game Pass is killing it. So one of the subscribers would have said, I just finished South of Midnight on Thursday, and I'll tell you, I really enjoyed it. I got all but 3 of the achievements on the game, which deals with not taking damage in boss fights and so forth. So persons are loving Game Pass. They're loving games like South of Midnight. They said here, Sony lost a boatload of money on trying to develop 14 live service games. And yes, Sony did make a bad bet with these live service games. That's a fact. I don't know why they went so hard trying to get that Fortnite money. They did lose a lot of money. They lost a lot of development time. And that is why these guys don't have any major exclusives. We have So Hazard saying the dance. There's a dance that one of the guys was doing on the... Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Yeah, that was one of the dads that always has person laughing. Right. It says here, I have South of Midnight installed but didn't start yet. I mean, there's so many games to play, man. There's so many games to play. That is why, you guys are seeing this, man. A lot of games to play. Xbox, we are feasting like kings. Not enough hours in the day. I would agree with that. And Doom around the corner, man. I don't know how you guys are going to play all these games, man. This is a lot of games. A lot of games. Let me say, Wolf Fiend Flame. Scalpers are the ones buying most of the Nintendo Switch 2. Right, so that Nintendo Switch 2 thing, guys, is insane. I mean, anyone who is looking for that console now will have to pay a lot of money. GTA 5 leaving PlayStation Plus is kind of funny, seeing as Xbox has just gotten GTA 5 enhanced on Game Pass. Wow. Wow, I mean, what is Sony doing with that PlayStation Plus service? One of the best. They couldn't pay Rockstar a bag to keep that game on their platform. I mean, come on. But this is value here once again. GTA 5 coming to Game Pass. Yataza would have said this. Looks like Sony is removing all its games so it can become more an Xbox. PlayStation is changing more for less. It's charging more for less. Greed to controlled by Sony. It's not easy. That Adidas clip had me in stitches. You guys saw the Adidas clip, right? So yeah, I think it had a salty pony. What clip is this here? That's the Adidas.
So sit back, relax, and let's have. Instead, they are getting a Bebus.
Abibas! Abibas for you, man.
So sit back, relax, and let's
That's what
have
these
this
ponies
discussion.
getting, man.
So you know what?
Abibas. It's not easy, man. Yeah. Shout out to the Archangel, man. Sony don't care about own fans. If they did, Microsoft would not be taking over their console. I saw one pony took a snapshot of his PlayStation home screen. And guys, I did not see not one PlayStation game, not one, on a PlayStation home screen. Understand what I'm saying? I saw Indiana Jones. I saw Forza. I saw a lot of things on that screenshot. I did not see any first-party PlayStation games. That is crazy. Yes, that Abibas clip, man. Hey, that Abibas clip is killing it. How come I haven't seen any PlayStation fanboys speaking up about this? It's true. How many PlayStation YouTubers, guys, you saw talking about Sony removing some of their first-party games? None of them. Professor Strong said, PlayStation Plus users upset over PlayStation exclusives being pulled. Yes, there are persons upset. This person liking the Beyonce clip. YouTube, unsubscribe me from your channel. Guys, check and make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Rodney, I have to get you on the show one of these days. We'll try for next week if you're free. I know you wanted to come on. I am loving Expedition 33. It's becoming more popular the more word of mouth spreads. Over 110,000 now on Steam. So, I mean, I did not I know this game would have done well, guys, but I did not expect Expedition 33 to do so well. I didn't expect that. It is doing phenomenal. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to throw something in the chat. Now, when I do put up videos, guys, leave a comment. Let me see if I could read them out on every stream. I'll see if best I could read out some of your comments on the stream. I've subscribed to Game Pass since launch. Some years were better than ever, and I've always loved the service. However, 2025 will go down as the greatest year of service thus far. I mean, no one cannot hate on Game Pass. If anyone is hating on Game Pass, they're just haters. They're just hating for no reason. Game Pass is a phenomenal deal. Anyone could see that. Anyone. Right? P-Lump is saying Xbox butter. On a little hot bread out the oven. Dolomite said, I'm seeing PlayStation already cancelled at PlayStation 6 game. You can't make this level of ineptitude. Big words there, Dolomite. But guys, I mean, this is a show. This is a show here. Thank you guys for interacting in the comment sections for today's video. I mean, this video did well thus far. More than 3,000 likes or views already. I mean, that video was crazy. But But let me just say shout out to everyone in the chat tonight. I mean, let me just say Lance Devonport, what up? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, man. Thank you for becoming a member. No doubt you will have access to some of the videos I put up first, and also I'll be making more perks as I go on. So guys, I'm seeing the hour mark. You know I like to spend an hour here on these streams, but on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to send me a super thanks, a super chat as we go out. So guys, thanks again for rocking out with me. Thanks again for making the chat lively. Thanks again. I'm trying to make these streams consistent. Hey, shout out to you guys. Don't forget to put God first and mankind after. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Much love. And don't forget, ponies continue to pay.
Thank you. You're making us pay for water, you son of a...
Everything we are making you pay for.
You're making us pay for grapes.
Grapes.
Apples.
Apples.
Things that God gave us for free.
Yes.
Ha! You will burn in hell when I'm through with you.
Sony is telling these ponies this.
I'm not looking for friends in this thing, people. I'm not looking for friends.
I'm not looking for friends. Money. I'm looking for money. Yeah. I can't. I just can't. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, man. Yes, Dirt Griggity show tomorrow, guys. Tune in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Support. Later. Peace out.